2 or 3 years ago is when I penned down my purpose. I could know why I exist. And my purpose is to prepare the next generation for life and for eternity. In Bingwa, I am the founder and the CEO, and Bingwa is just as young as, it's only 5 years old as a concept. However, the mother company, that's Sahihi, is 13 years old. Purely what it does, we do space planning, we design, and we build.
My name is Sharon Chabaibai, also known as
Mburu, and I'm the head of business and engineering at Bingwa. What that means is that I'm involved in the automation of the business process, which is connection between client, customers and service providers we have on the platform.
And so Bingwa is an open market social entrepreneur platform. It's just a pool that we have created to have access to any skill that you are looking for. Guys who will get the job done without lies, without disappointments, basically dealing with those issues that we found from our clients relating with our foodies.
Here at Bingwa, our promise to our client is quality service or 100% cashback, and that is seen in everything that we do. And the first things first, of course, is that we always want to ensure that our clients are getting quality service, and this now goes back to how we vet and how we make sure that the Bingwas who onboard themselves on the platform are who they say they are, and they also offer quality services.
Our first 6 industries is construction, automobile, beauty, home and deer care. Home is anything around the home. Deer is what you hold dear. Deer could be a child. You want a childminder to go or to come and keep your child busy, or you want someone, a nanny to take care of your kid as you go shopping or interview or somewhere. And then fashion and security.
My name is Jane Ales Mutuota. I'm an entrepreneur and very, very passionate about golf. My days are so busy, the things I need to do, I try to schedule that in the morning so that by afternoon I have time for my golf. How did I get to learn about Bingwa? One day, Sunday morning in church, I'm complaining, I was just talking to my friend about fundis, what I need done for the house and how I don't have time because I have to go for my golf game. And he told me about Bingwa. And Bingwa is an interesting platform where you find professional technicians and all sorts of services that you're looking for: plumbing, electrician, painting, makeup, beauty. And he told me about this application. It took me about 5 to 10 minutes to download it. And voila, everything I was looking for was right there.
These service providers are vetted, they are certified, and they are reliable. They get the job done without lies and disappointment, which is the likely case we have seen by most service providers.
My name is Victor Erego. I'm an electrician by profession and a platform of Bingwa. I've been an electrician for 4 years. I've been working on myself for like 2 years. Then is when I came to meet Bingwa platform. So by then, I was not getting more jobs, like there were more challenges for getting jobs by myself. But when I came to meet Bingwa platform, the second, like after 2 years, the third year, things have been smooth in my life.
I can assure you I've consumed all the services from plumbing, painting, electrical work, and the latest being makeup and my nails. Pedicure and manicure, all done. You get to download the application. You get everything you need there. It's a user-friendly platform. You get to look for the service you're looking for, and I can assure you, and hold me accountable, they don't take more than 30 minutes to get to your house.
As we young generation, we're in a digital world. So we needed to just have a smartphone. So when you have a smartphone, you're ready to go. we have a process that the support team from Bingwa will show you how to activate it. And then when you finish the process of activation, then from that point you'll start getting jobs and orders, and the life will be smooth because you'll get money, you'll get new clients, you'll be competent, and then you'll know how to communicate with clients.
So here at Bingwa, we believe in making sure that our Bingwas are their own boss. So they are in charge of all the, their rates and their prices.
For the last 5 years, I've really, really enjoyed their services. They've sent me professional people. The people that they have put me in touch with, when they say they will do some work, it gets done. And that's quite something in this country.
The platform is so dynamic such that it can accommodate, or it can, almost take whatever number of people who are out there. They are skilled and they have fallen within our 8 steps of trust. And our immediate impact in the next 365 days is to onboard 100,000. If we can onboard 100,000 in the next 365 days, we are going to help in reducing unemployment by 0.7%.
I would recommend, and I've recommended Bingwa to most of my friends, including this morning. I sent the link to one of my friends and I told her about, she's doing some repairs at her business place, and I told her about Bingwa. And yes, I would recommend it to everyone. And it's quite easy to use. And more so, single people in the house, download the application.
Bingwa is our connection. Like, they find for us the work. We're just there, we just have our smartphone, we get the notifications, and then you go for work. So generally, I like to appreciate Bingwa, and I like to also refer all of my technicians, the ones who are still in school, kindly come on board, because Bingwa is our connection, and we'll have work, and you'll never regret in your life.
Each of us has a role to play in terms of changing people's lives. Sometimes you can think that just because you're always sitting behind the laptop, either as a developer or as a digital marketer like myself, you think that, how is this even adding any value in the lives of others? But when you hear these testimonials, when you hear the feedback that you get from clients, you actually realize, even though it's not as big, even though the impact may not be as exaggerated, you're actually making a difference. So I love Bingwa because it has given me an opportunity to make a difference and to transform people's lives.
To be honest, the platform is what is needed in this country. There are many professional people out there. They're trained, campus, college. We've got very, very good technicians out there. And they've been looking for jobs forever. And instead of the young people sitting back and feeling like the country doesn't help them in anything, the Bingwa platform is the one they need to sign in, so that they can be connected with the household owners and consumers.
If you actually want to make a decent living, or even just earn an extra income from your skill, then Bingwa is the place to be. Bingwa is the platform to join. And you also join us in changing this narrative that, fundi mzuri ni kinyozi. Fundi mzuri ni Bingwa. That's all I can say, and that is why this launch really matters.
I believe the world needs to know about this innovative solution that is out to simplify and enrich lives of everyone who interacts with Bingwa.
Please pull out your smartphone, download the Bingwa application, and voila, you thank me later.
Today we are here at Kenya School of TVET, and we are really excited that this day has finally come. And we call upon you who is there in Mashinani, and you know that you are skilled, and you know that you have something to offer this nation. You do not need to know anyone else. Just download Bingwa from Play Store and register yourself. Go through all the 7 steps, and then schedule one of your training in any of our locations that will be provided within your town. Then start getting orders. Activate your town, start getting meaningful jobs, and also start getting value for your skill.
Because of you, Bingwa, we are lively, we are moving forward, and also we get meals on our tables, and also it's making us like youths. We are not doing anything illegal that can interfere with our life.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa. Je, wewe
The whole aim of these trainings to these girls is to enable them to gain skills that can earn them an income, skills that will make them be independent. Once they gain those sources of income, then it helps them also now to make life choices, special choices that can keep them HIV free. And for us, that is really exciting.
Some of the unique interventions we had in this program is one, certification through the National Industrial Training Authority. So you get a certificate grade 3 of your trade, but even more importantly is the accreditation by National Construction Authority. What that does is that it catapults you in the world of work. It gives you a better opportunity as well as a more higher wage bill for you once you get into the employment opportunity.
So for us, we are seeing it more as a cascade. We started small, it's growing, more and more players are joining into it, more interest from the community, and we believe there will be more girls getting into this, more girls influencing each other. And eventually, the governments, the county governments now will be running with this idea once the project has exited from the state.
So thank you very much. That's a sneak preview of the work that I'm doing. So 2022 is when we started identifying Family Good Foundation runs 3 programs. The biggest program is so we run what is called the Tufuzu Youth Entrepreneurship Program, where we identify young women, and just for this purpose, the context here, we identify young women who are undergoing reproductive health information and services. And that's the partnership that I formed with World Vision. So World Vision are not funding. It's from the profits of Family Bank that we are funding this project. But we needed an entry point. So we look for women, for young women who are vulnerable, and when they, after they get the health interventions, then we come and give them economic empowerment interventions. That's the difference. Construction was one of the sectors, the other was ICT, and so we start end-to-end skills development. We give them a toolkit, which is quite comprehensive, including PPE, the helmets. If you are a plumber, you get a plumbing. Our numbers now are almost 700 of these girls in informal settlements in Kiambu and Nairobi counties. After we give them the toolkit, NCA, National Construction Authority accreditation, and then we link them up to construction projects. And so that's the game changer for us, and that's the gist of our partnership with Bingwa, because we want them to get opportunities. A good number of them get good opportunities, and their wage bill moves from 500 shillings daily to just about 1,000 to 1,500. And so we think that's good progress. A good number of them have been taken in diverse projects. The affordable housing project is one of them, but also individual construction projects. And so this is one of the areas that we look at building in terms of the partnership, because we continue to invest as an institution in technical skills building. So construction is just one, but the other is also ICT. We are big on blockchain, artificial intelligence, and animation. And so we are training just about 350 young men and women. The biggest program we run, but might not be of interest to this forum, is high school scholarships. Right now, we have about 1,050 boys and girls from very poor, from vulnerable backgrounds, in Form 1 to Form 4, in about 400 national schools in this country. So that's part of the work that Family Bank is doing. And so today is an exciting day, because we kept talking with my colleague and friend, Jehia, to see how do we open more opportunities for these young women. Because they have the skill, they have the toolkit, they are accredited, and they are ready to thrive. And so for us, we believe that it doesn't matter when or where you start, but start. I think those are the words of Simon Sinek. So use what you have, get what it is, but start. And so, I mean, it depends on, I mean, the partnership could grow as big as we want it to. Start off with the first 200 at the time. This is a video that's about a year old. Right now we are 700 and growing. And so we are excited that this opens doors in a very phenomenal way for the young women in the informal settlements of Nairobi and Embu counties. So with those remarks, congratulations once again.
Another round of applause to Mr. Amir. Next, I'd like to, is Jedida here? Jedida from Mastercard. All right. Then I'll move on to Dr. Joyce Ikunda. She's the MD Linton's Beauty World. Yeah. A round of applause as she comes. The MD Linton's Beauty World. At least finally, I personally got to meet the person behind Linton's. I normally just see Linton's. I remember when I was in college, I was like, this place looks very executive. So I'd pass outside and just stare. So it's good to meet you in person like that.
Nice to meet you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All protocols observed. I'm not a politician, so I don't know how to start or here you're bringing me to a forum that is foreign to me. Anyway, it's nice to be here with you, all of you. You're looking radiant. I'm looking, when you see me looking around, I'm looking at, especially the ladies. Are they wearing makeup? Are they wearing this? Because that is my passion. I stand here, I'm Dr. Joyce Ikunda, founder of Linton's Beauty World. Linton's Beauty World is this one. We are the leading retailer in East Africa. Let me not say now Kenya. Our dream has gone to Uganda. We're trying to get to the other East African countries. And we started our dream in a small little pharmacy somewhere on Mama Ngina. A lot of you were born in the 70s or 80s, used to visit me there with your moms, with to come and get medicine, and as you get medicine, we are tending to your skin. We are the founders, actually we are the first to connect skincare or makeup or beauty with pharmacy, because we felt that skin is an organ like any other organ of the body. It needs to be given attention. We entered the forum, we entered the market when there was a lot of abuse of chemicals, skin lighteners, because our ladies felt that being like a white lady or having a lighter skin makes you more beautiful. So we entered the stage to say you are wonderfully and beautifully created. Remain the way you are. Just enhance your skin, make it healthy, make it grow with the right products. So we introduced this idea of bringing the right products, because in the 80s and the 70s, all we had was if somebody traveled out there, they bring you something to use. You don't even know whether it is suitable for your skin. So as a pharmacist trained to connect the beauty products and the skin anatomy, I was able now to organize the beauty industry in the sense that I felt it belonged to a place, not a supermarket, not a kiosk. In fact, those days, we had no supermarket in London. Not a supermarket. It was a kiosk where you could go and get pinpricks, you could go and get Princess Patra, you could go get skin lightening creams, where they are selling bread, they are selling milk, and other things. It was such a chaotic thing. And as the business grew, because I'm here to thank Jaya, because Bingwa has seen it fit to embrace what I'm trying to say, to organize the industry even further, where Linton's was not able to go. So as years went, we brought good products, we felt that we needed the talent with the skill to consult somebody, so that you don't just go to the shelf and pick something that is not suitable for your skin. That's where it started. Started realizing even as our stores grew from 1, 2, 3, we are now at 35. As we grew, we found that we needed skilled, trained beauticians. What did we have in the country then? We had beauticians who had done hair, who had done nails, and those could not consult you for your skin. So we introduced this other angle of training on consulting on skincare, knowing the products and how they act on your skin, so that you're able now to advise somebody. And we realized that we also had to tackle a challenge that came by because our aunties, our mothers, our parents thought that beauty was a profession for dropouts. Those ones who didn't do well in school just ended up in a salon. So if your daughter was bright, you not think or hear them saying, I want to go to a beauty school. But where we stand now, especially with the help of Bingwa, we are there to proudly say that beauty is a career, is a profession like any other. It is impacting this country with jobs. Our women, our men, a few men, of course, who are interested. And they are very good. The men are very good at it. They are very skilled in this industry, by the way. I don't know why every foundation, every NGO, it is women. We are forgetting our sons. We are forgetting our male child, and they are talented. So, Family Bank Foundation introduced another area whereby you look at our boys as well, not just women. Because I've had many foundations. It's the girl child. It is the vulnerable woman and so forth. Not that I'm a woman and I want to be helped, but we need to encompass, we need to take our children as able to do any cause. Just like you have found it fit, I'm very, very excited to see that plumbing, girls and women are being introduced to plumbing. Engineering, my time to find a lady choosing engineering at the college, it was a hurdle. They were countable, there were few, and they were very well known, they were scattered. So thank you for thinking of that. Thank you for embracing them on this hub or the platform. So how do we partner with Mr. Yegi? Having realized there was need to offer training, skilled training, because what we were getting was not suitable for Linton's level, we started a Linton's Academy. That is my passion, that is my baby, that's what I do. Because I also feel, having gotten this far, I have gotten much. I'm privileged. And when you go and find something, you need to share. As a Christian, the best thing I can do is leave a legacy with girls and boys who are experts in the beauty industry. So hence the formation of Layton's Academy, to try and say, even if you've been to a university, please come. 4 months, we take you through a class, you learn beauty, then you come and manage our stores, you come and consult, you come and become product brand manager, because international companies are here. The ones who make brands like MAC, Fenty, Estee Lauder, they are here. But I don't think you would like to hear that up to date as we stand. If they need to train us, my group, they bring somebody from France. They bring somebody from South Africa. So we are not there yet. We need support. We need to be supported so that we have our own trained to that level. so that when they come, we create jobs for our people. It is a huge field. During COVID, we learned something. We were so scared as a company. We thought that because it's beauty, it may not be that essential. So during COVID, we might close. But we were proven wrong. That is one, if you check your records, that was one of the fastest growing industries, beauty, in the country. And we were more encouraged to feel that this is a field that we can join the government, we join other bodies, we join other partners like Bingwa to actually create jobs for our people. And these jobs give even such a personal satisfaction. You should meet our girls, the girls we train. It's not just a job. It is the personal transformation. It is the confidence that this skill gives those girls. Now, where are we? Today, I'm here to thank Bingwa for actually bringing us there. So what we do for Bingwa is that if you want to join that app of being a makeup artist, of being a nail technician, you need to some sort of certification. So you come, we spend a day with you, you come with models, you do if it's makeup, you do makeup, if it's consultation, you do consultation, and we appraise you, we analyze, and let me tell, Jaya is here is my waiting list. 50% of the people who have come forward, we have failed them because we don't want to take shortcuts. If you have just gone to the YouTube and tried to learn your makeup artistry or skin consultation, we have tried to say, no, that's not the level we want to be. Join a reputable organization. Get to know the difference between product consultation and the services to be done so that we approve you and appraise you accordingly. So we are trying to build the industry, we are trying to improve the quality and the risk standards together with Bingwa. Thank you so much for doing that. The second most important thing, it is once these people are trained, we cannot absorb all of them in shops, in beauty shops. They need to be freelancers. Now, they need skills, just like plumbers. So, the question is, who is there to assist me and the Bingwa, Mr. Gia, to equip these graduates to actually get out there confidently with a 200,000 worth kit or 100,000 worth kit? They can be paid slowly through a bank. Who is there to help so that they go out there confidently? We can't cover every part of East Africa or even Kenya. We need help. We need to equip these people so that they have their kit, they will be in Kiambu, they will be in Murang'a, they will be everywhere serving. Just the other day we were in US for a function, for a beauty function, and we met this organization, somebody with a business almost similar to yours. His is just a beauty for app, and he has like 3,000 registered users throughout US. So if you need makeup done, if you have an event, if you have anything, you call Glam. They are called Glam Sport. He gets a small percentage, but those big professionals make a lot of money because they have been organized through an organization like Bingwa. So we need to get there, we need to focus, but let us remember quality, quality, quality. So thank you so much for involving us and inviting us to be a party. Thank you.
Thank you very much for time. A round of applause. Daktari, can he also do makeup? Now that you spoke about the boy child, is makeup a result of only and skincare routine? And as we are There's men who do skincare. There's a name they're called. I've forgotten that name. Like wanaenda wanapakwa. There's normally a glue that is put on people's faces, and then they remove the glue. So I was just wondering whether it also I don't think it's called waxing. The CEO of Ghana is saying that is that waxing? The glue that is put on people's face, then they remove it, and then it's called a mask. You see now I always wondered, why do they put glue on people's faces? What does that help to do? All right, thank you very much, Daktari, for the good work you're doing. Next, I want to bring Madam Annette Kimitei. She's the CEO of Seneca East Africa. A round of applause to us, she comes. And I agree with you, Daktari, that the foundations need to empower the boy child as well. Because the problem is this boy child, and you expect them to then become husbands to these very empowered girls, and then the boys are not able to match up, and then now we create another crisis in the society.
Indeed. See, we give Martin a wonderful even this mask, right? So, Dr. Kikunda, I'm your loyal client. Have been for many years. You have an amazing person called Angel, because I think we have an association called WISE, Women in Security Excellence. I'm a founding mother of that association, and you're our corporate members. And what I love is you came to glam the women in security, and you've been doing an excellent job, and you have a wonderful lady there. At one time I was stuck in Mombasa, and I got the wrong product. And when I called her, she said, no, that product is out of the market. The day it landed in the market, she said, it is in the market and there are 4 bottles. Can we reserve them for you? So, amazing work. So, let's give her a wonderful clap. I'm glad to see you transforming the space. And I do look forward to when we can be like the glam spot and beyond for Africa with Bingwa. So as you've heard, my name is Annette Kimitei, and I'm the Managing Director of Seneca East Africa. I've already seen a good number of my friends in town. I've seen Delano Kilu, he's the Secretary General of Prozac, together with me. And Jehia, I'm a proud member of Prozac for many years. Also really happy to hear what the amazing work being done by Family Bank Foundation, incredible work. And you speak our language, which is women in male-dominated spaces. And I'm also happy to see Henry. Imagine it was my first time seeing Henry one-on-one, and I think we've been chatting for almost 4 years. So I also chair the KEPSA Security Sector Board, and Kara are our valued members at KEPSA, and I do a lot of work, I think, with the Residents Association. And what a day to be here today. First time I met Njehia, he was training some youths at his place in Kilelesha. He said, just come and see. And when I went there, they had all these tools and all these reflectors. In fact, I was struggling to get a purple reflector, so that's, you're the source of my purple reflector. Sema asante. And I was really, blown away by the fact that this is somebody who's training people who are not going to work for him. I said, I think we've struck a chord, because despite the fact that I'm in security, and maybe just a brief of who Seneca East Africa is, we are a private security company operating in Kenya and Uganda, employing more than 6,000. And I know most people know Seneca East Africa for just the guarding business, because that's what you see. But beyond that, we do a lot of security technology, including integration. So from your CCTV to electric fence to the fire systems, to bringing all these solutions to come together. We also do visitors management solutions, which, by the way, I'm saying anybody who has these manual things where we are still registering our names, and I know, Kara, we are good victims, together with many industries. Let's move to what is called the visitors management solution because of data protection. And maybe out of this, one of the things we'd like to stretch out, I think we'll stretch out 2 things as Seneca, is an opportunity for data protection training for Kara, leadership people, just to understand what is all this data we are doing, collecting in CCTV, collecting in our manual records, and how much exposure does that bring to you, as well as also the data subject. So that's one thing we can partner in. And then we can also partner in security awareness training, because I'm aware that residences, even by the portfolio of my business, residences are the hardest hit. We had to do a major operation here in this area of Gigiri Parklands, almost 5 areas with the OCPDs and OCSs here, because of the challenges in residential security. So the corporates kind of have their job well cut out for them with good systems. But what happens in residences is 90% of the incidences recorded, security, are normally within homes, and they are normally inside jobs. Sindio? And they are normally between the house help, the askari, and somebody, right? And there are such simple tips that we can be able to employ in empowering these residents associations, in being able to vet properly and just put up some very simple standard operating procedures that can really be able to minimize this. But anyway, going back to Senaka, so we are 22 years old. Personally, I've been in the security space for the last 18 years, and I've been the managing director of Senaka for the last 10 years. Now, Seneca, I think, is one of the market leaders in provision of private security. Most people associate us with corporate brands, and yes, we are heavily more corporate NGO space and multinational space. But we are surprisingly, and this was a shocker during COVID, is that our longest serving clients are residences who we've been with. The company is 22 years old, but we've been with Kitisuru Residents Association, I think, 17 years. We've been with so many of our residential clients for more than 15 years. So it's a market that does not leave us, a market that has grown with us from our very, very, very humble beginnings, because the company started with just 4 residential guards. So there is a language we speak together there. And coming now to our partnership with Bingwa, what Jehia said is, he encountered the same challenge as many people look at it at Sahihi, where he do put up all these incredible buildings, but the clients could not maintain them because they were not able to get trustworthy personnel to come and do the electrical and the plumbing ones, which is now the space we also get into. But the saddest thing, and I say this because my background is actually HR, so in case you're wondering, this lady coming from ex-police, no. I am fully private security, but my background is in human resource management, and before that was also social work. So in that space, you know how many people come to security because they've given up in life. Sindio? Nimewe Tamak Nairobi, I have my degree, sina, wacha nijishikilie security, right? That's how most of them end up. And the incredible thing is, when we look at our statistics, we invested in one of the leading training institutions called the Private Security Training Academy in Karen. It's a 5-acre kiganjo. The day we built it, even Gava came to ask, and who are you and what are you building? And for what purpose? And finally, they even partnered with us. So we do a lot of work with the national security agencies, particularly in the areas of training. But we really invested in that because of the same reasons, which is most security companies, unaenda tunachukua mtu unapatia nguo bora iko na crown, that's enough, that's a security officer. But the risk and exposure you've given this person, because that's the first line of defense. Even right now when we say data protection, when they don't have the training in data protection, the exposure they put you and me in is very high. So we invested in that training, and it's an international award-winning training school. And I'm also glad that Seneca, I think, over the last 5 years, is one of the highest, if not the highest, awarded security company in East Africa. So we've been recognized for security excellence, we've been recognized for leadership, we've been recognized for operational efficiency, we've been recognized for our innovations, and also recognized for our gender diversity agenda. Now, if you're looking for a security officer as a resident association or as a resident, one of the things you don't want to do is call somebody from your village, and then akuje, skubili tatu, they start eyeing the house help of this house number 1, and within no time, 3 months later, you are being called ako na watoto watatu kwa hiyo estate na ametoroka, he's on to the next one and the next one. So we take care of that headache by doing the recruitment for you. I can see you laughing because you know this, eh? These have been the nasty experiences. Unaitwa kwa chief, askari wako, you know? So we do the recruitment, and we are very, very keen on our recruitment. So it's actually an annoying process. They call one of the reasons people hate applying in Senaka is they say it's a very annoying process, and it is. We really have benchmarked on the global best. Before we built our school, we traveled to many countries. We only saw such an equivalent in Europe, and those are the standards we brought. So the vetting process and the due diligence process actually takes longer than the training process. Then we train the individual for at least 3 weeks. When I say at least 3 weeks, is because government requires us to train you for 3 weeks. We do an additional 1 week, and then to what we call sanakanize, or rather to give you the signature or the secret sauce that I know Linton's has. And then we have 1 other week that we do what is called the specialization course. So if you find we are very big in aviation security, we take care of some of those ones. They undergo a lot of aviation security training, very different animal. If you're in banking, and if you've noticed even our banking product is very different, they also do banking security. So if they're going to work in hospitality, they also do hospitality security. So when you get an officer, it's really somebody tailored for that sector. Now, if you're in construction, you know that I don't need that degree. Static is unbelievable. All what I want is a guy who's going to really search and pat down this staff when they're coming in and going out, including the subcontractors that they're delivering goods coming in and out. So we've really invested in training, not only of our staff, but also our trainers. We even have explosive and narcotic detection dogs, which you can hire. So let's say you have an event, Linton's has an event, you're doing a whole market activation of a certain product, and you're not very sure how safe this place is. We normally have our explosive and narcotic detection dogs, which come in and do a bomb sweep. Even in school, so, and I'm surprised because I didn't expect I thought our EDD, explosive detection dogs, would grow further. And this is because we've also invested, we get all the dogs from Turkey, we get all the trainers and handlers trained in Turkey. And it's for the same reason she mentioned. Some of the accreditations that are needed for these dogs to work in places like airports, they are not existing in Africa yet. Of course, we want to bring those standards ourselves, but at the moment, they are not existing. Even to KCAA, I had to go to KCAA and tell them, I want you to certify my dogs and handlers. They said, we don't have this certification. I told them, let me help you get one because my dogs cannot work here if they are not certified. And you don't have the certification standard. So I really relate with some of the challenges. So if you require such services, that is the level and intensity of the people that we are also bringing to you. And then we also appreciate that some of them might not be able to have the dog. So yes, the individual is trained as an expert dog handler. And remember, the handler does 51% of the work, the canine. We don't call them dogs. So I know I'm with my colleague Chege, maybe he can win. Chege is from our marketing department. So in security utility dogi, tunaita canine officer. We equate that canine officer to 20 trained security officers. So when you hear me saying I import the dogs from Turkey, they're not even allowed to be fat. If you see this photo, you can see some ribs, right? That's an athlete. Very, very, very fit, because that's the person, that's the one who's screening cargo in a very large airport before they get into an aeroplane. So they need the speed and efficiency needs to be very high. Other than that, we also have the CCTV installers and operators, and for all your events, we can cover you all round by offering you through this through the Bingwa platform. So I don't expect that dog handler is going to be able to afford my dog, my canine officer. It comes at a price of around 2.3 million, one canine, yeah? So of course, that is where the complementary relationship comes in, because I'm able to offer that canine with the officer, but you're not buying the dog, you're not buying, so you only get for that particular day. So for some of the tools and equipment that they're not able to have, I don't have a toolkit, but I have a canine set. So those are some of the complementary ways that we are also able to build and make our services to you through Bingwa even better. Thank you.
I've been well educated. Yeah, so ukiona hizo the canine officers at the airport, don't just say Mbwa, what is wrong with this dog? That is an officer worth 2 point something. It's a high net worth officer, so you better treat those officers with respect as you walk through airports and different security spaces. Another round of applause for Madam Annette. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to bring Mr. Lawrence Kinyenju. He's the CEO of Dogalect. I hope I pronounced it right. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Good morning, guests. As you heard, my name is Lawrence Kinyenju. I'm with a small organization that Jehia has chosen to partner with. Our name is Dogalect. Don't ask me what it means. We bought the company from a gentleman who started it, had a very good idea, but didn't know where to take it. And when we asked him, what does this name mean? He said, I just wanted something which people remember. So we Googled it, it had no known, but we've been in the market for 15 years. Dogalect is we call ourselves human capital assistance to both individuals and to corporates. What do I mean by that? I mean, we come into your business and we evaluate what are your needs as far as human beings are concerned. Do you need a CEO? Do you need a receptionist? We source that for you. Do you have an ongoing company? You need sense made out of it. You need job descriptions done. Performance management has become a big thing. We've done it for several corporates, even some people in government, just to help people work efficiently. Actually, one of the most busy times that we had was during COVID. So when most of the people were not busy, we had all these guys who were discovering, hey, I have given laptops, I'm even paying for internet, I have equipped people's homes with office furniture. How do I know they are working? They're not somewhere in Migori planting beans or in Kiambu building a flat. So we got very busy in terms of helping people manage their human capital requirements. It's been a very exciting, almost 2 years now with Bingwa, because I think over and above all the things that we know Bingwa does, one of the things that we really appreciated with this partnership with Jehia is that it's not just about providing jobs. It's about making a difference to people. And I've known Jehia from before at the circles, and one of the things I know is that whatever he touches, he does with a lot of passion. Some of the projects he's done have made me doubt him, either his sanity or his Christianity, but he's always done it with such a level of excellence, and you cannot argue with results. So, as far as labor export is concerned, and around the discussions that we've been having, I'd just like to take you through the 3 areas where we feel we're able to come on and try and bring some value. One is in the pre-qualification. Now, we all know that our human population has a youth group, right? Between 14 to 25, the Gen Zs, as we're calling them, we have a very large part of our youth who are there. And the reality is, you heard with Dr. Bikunda and others talking about training people. One of the things that I'm most proud of when I travel as a Kenyan is everywhere I go, I'm so well received because we have an excellent reputation out there. People know Kenyans as very well educated, very articulate, and even something that we take for granted, that we speak very good English. So everybody who comes, even in an airport, you hear somebody say, my brother, are you from Kenya? So there's a sense in which we are well recognized as having a very high caliber of knowledge and human capital. Now, despite the bad reputation that labor export has been getting over the last month, I want to tell you that it is actually an excellent opportunity. we cannot absorb, and unfortunately, our economy has not grown to the point where we are doing that much ourselves in terms of service, whether it's manufacturing, so on and so forth. And I'm glad to hear people, Annette is talking about building institutions to train people. There are not many of those. Some of the nurses that we send out of the country have a mandatory exam that they must do. The only place right now that is certified to do it is South Africa. So you can imagine you have a nurse who comes, he has the opportunity, she has the papers, but come and tell this relatively poor family, you have to raise at least 200,000 for me to send you to South Africa. And you're not guaranteed to pass and then come back. So we like to think that we help the pre-qualification. The issue of even when you have papers, it's not automatic that you will fit in. We have one of our trainers who helps people with speech. We have excellent English, but we also have something called mother tongue influence. Okay? So you have a caregiver who is meant to take care of a patient. They need to know how to pronounce morphine. Okay? If you're from Central or wherever else, you struggle with some of these words. So one of the things that we try and help people do is prepare you for the place that you're going, even in terms of, even to pass your interview. So we do rigorous preparation. How do you interview? Some of these interviewers are interviewing literally thousands of people. They have a very short timeline. So first you have to bring people to your office from wherever, sit them in front of a computer, get them comfortable with talking to somebody, and then this is how you enunciate. How do you pass an interview successfully? That is the preparation. Where are you going? Are you going to Saudi Arabia? How are you meant to be dressed? Are you going to be a factory worker? Are you going to be are you going to work across a counter? Please don't wear those things we like ripped jeans. They look cool on the street, but how do you come across to somebody who is coming to purchase a good from you or a service from you? So these things are very important. Hygiene. You'll be surprised that many people who've gone through school have never even used roll-on. You're going to a hot country. Personal care, because the image, how you're received, also affects the service or the goods somebody is purchasing. These things may seem small, but don't they matter to people's success? Right? So that is one thing. Then when they're there, one of the things that we've not fully completed with Jehia, but which is very exciting, is that people go and they settle down and they send money. Now, if you're a Kenyan, you've heard all the stories about people in diaspora who send money, right? And you find enterprising relatives. You're building a house for your mother. Your relative goes and takes a photograph of the neighbor's house, right? And says, hey, send money for cement. Hey, you can see we're almost there. And when you finally come after 4 years, your mother's house is in a plot. It's the neighbor's house that's been taken, that they've been taking pictures of. So Jehia proposed, which I thought was an excellent idea, can we form these people into a circle? So the circle helps in two areas. Having a pool where all these savings can be put together. So if you're earning $1,000 a week as a nurse out there, $300 a month is coming into an account. When you finally come back here, you have a savings that you can either use to set up your own business or to continue or to do a project. The second thing is that will give you roots in this country, because you can only work out there for so long. We want you to have a place to come back and be able to set up and grow from there. The third thing is be able to take care of our people when they are gone. They are a resource. We're not giving them away. We're not chasing them away. So how do we stay in touch with them? So we discussed at length about having an opportunity to form these people into groups. Now, some of the people who I studied, and when you're starting a new space, you follow others. And I found a gentleman who was very inspiring. He does the normal labor export, but One of the things that he mandates is that if I send Jehia out today, and Jehia gets a job in Texas, the next person I get who has an opportunity to go to Texas lives with Jehia for 6 months, and so on and so forth. And after 6 months, he must move out. So you're staying, so it's like a mentorship network. Everybody takes care of somebody else. And you always have somebody above you and somebody below you. Somebody who's taking care of you and somebody who you're taking care of. And his network has grown phenomenally. So he has people in all areas of corporate. And that is the sort of thing that we're looking for with this circle. Can we get people to have a sense of belonging? If you're in Germany, you have to learn the language first before you go. But when you go, do I get a Kenyan like the land who I can call and say, where do I get to Gali flour? I really miss to Gali. Yeah? Yes. Where do I get the food that I'm accustomed with? These are the things of theirs I don't understand. If you have places, people whom you can visit over the weekend, you can come and say, I only came with 2 sweaters. I didn't know this place has snow. Well, you will know because we will prepare you. You know? So we have, whether it's going to be Combo or whatever else to get properly heated. But you have a network that you can rely on, because one of the things that makes working outside of this country extremely difficult is loneliness. You're earning good money, you're making a difference to your family, but there are no people who will understand the jokes, that you know, who will watch the programs, who will listen to the music, and we want to create a network of people who are not just successful economically, but also successful in life. So we're excited to be a part of Bingwa. We know we will do great and big things. We thank you for those of you who are signing up at this stage. Soon you'll not be able to meet us without minders and people around us, all of us here as partners, and it will be a source of pride to say that we knew Bingwa when it was just starting, and it's now the giant that it's become. So, Kara, welcome. I can hear you had a long courtship. I happen to have sat on one of the association's boards for a while, so I know the work that is being done is extremely important and useful. So, welcome to the party, and good seeing all of you again, both familiar and unfamiliar faces.
Asante sana, thank you very much. Next, I'd like to bring out, I need to make sure I pronounce this name right, Mr. Delano Kilo, Secretary General PROSA. Thank you. Round of applause. And it's good that PROSA doesn't have a C at the end. Because if it had a C at the end, it means a different thing. Dr. can attest, it means an antidepressant.
Thank you, MK. And I would like to kindly request that we all be upstanding. I'd like to take this moment for us to observe a minute of silence for valiant Kenyans who have passed away since the 18th of June to date. Let's observe a moment of silence for lives lost. Thank you. You may kindly take your seats. My name is Delano Kilo, and I'm the current elected Secretary General, now in my second term of the Protective and Safety Association of Kenya. I'm also the Secretary General for a very large number of different organizations. The Secretary for International Police Organization Africa Command. I'm a Director of National Community Policing. I'm also a Royal General NOAC. I have a lot of titles. I'm not going to bore you and go into all of them. But I'm very proud that we have our members from Protective and Safety Association of Kenya. Specifically, I'd like to recognize Bingwa, CEO. Let's give him a round of applause. Excellent member. Annette Kimitei, leading ladies in Kenya. And I can see who we will be advising on the appointment of cabinet in the near future. So, but I'm also very proud to see that we have our chairman for the entire national community policing in Kenya present, Mr. Denesio Ngari. Please stand up. Let's just give him a round of applause. That's your friendly and familiar face for national community policing. And we do quite a number of things. Kenya today is at an inflection point. Kenya is going through a transition. A lot of Kenyans are uncomfortable. Uncomfortable in negative ways, some uncomfortable in positive ways. Whichever way you look at it, we're uncomfortable. My only living recollection of such a time of heightened anxiety and fever was during the birth of my first child in the labor ward of Nairobi Hospital, when we did not know how things were going to go. Because you can't quite ever predict labor and delivery. You think you can, but when you get there, you throw all the notes out of the window. And you hear sounds which perhaps you did not know you can make, let alone the mother that is delivering the child. So we are now at that point. The country is in transition. We're giving birth to something new, something that we're not familiar with. One of the things that we have said in the security sector is very simple. It's not about Generation Z, and it's not about other older generations, Gen X, millennials, baby boomers. It's not about that. We are one. So one of the things we've first done, and I like what Dobelate has said, is we've changed the language. It is not us and them. It is we. It is we. These are our children that are out on the streets. These are our people who are protesting or agitating. These are still our policemen. This is we. What are we doing to ourselves? That's a good question. Now, when we go down into that we, because we have younger generations, those are the generations of our children. So when I say Njeria's child, I don't look at that child as Njeria's child. That is we, our children. We need to change how we perceive and communicate about what we're going through as a nation. And in doing so, I would really like to celebrate Kara and Bingwa for signing an MOU that for Kara and Bingwa for the first time in the history of this country are bringing it together. Now, just very briefly, because I will not take very long, I want to explain to you that there are three things that are key and important. If you don't remember anything I say right now, please remember these three things. Number one, we are experiencing a creative explosion. That creative explosion is born off of a youth explosion. I know one of the earlier speakers mentioned that we have a bump, but it's a bit more than a bump. This is like a 10-month gestation where the mother is now being led to the hospital. It's a bit more than a bump. The median age in Japan, median age meaning if we take your population and we see where is your median age settling, median age in Japan, believe it or not, is 49 years old. 49. That's an aging, like almost dying country. There are many things you can no longer do once you reach age 49 and above. And when we say median, that means young and old. That means there's a much older burden of population there. In Germany, the median age is 44. In the US, where so many of us wanted to go when we were young, We all wanted to go, born in the USA. The median age is 38. In Kenya, the median age is 19. Now put yourselves as we in the context of the rest of the world and begin to live and see and imagine and dream in a new reality. That we are actually the standing future workforce of the planet, not of Kenya only. What are the tools that we are going to utilize to help the rest of the nations of this world? And how will they take care of and cater for our citizenry and our population? The burden of responsibility for people like myself, for Annette, for Jehia, for others who fall under the leadership and guidance of PROSAC, is we have to protect all. We are apolitical, we are cross-generational, we say we take care of everybody. We protect life, we protect limb. But more than that, we also have to think about things that are not standard to the thinking in security. Annette, when she was talking about our canine officers, was talking about their lean. These are athletes. To be an athlete, she didn't tell you how much she pays and what kind of food and diet those canine officers are on. So if we, as a country, Kenya, have a median age of 19 and the population is continuing to grow, because realistically, statistically, cannot all have jobs because they're employed in white-collar business. But every single one of our population, every single citizen currently has a skill. It doesn't matter whether you are an A student, it doesn't matter whether you are D-, you have a skill. Our role as society and as leaders is to make sure that we sharpen that skill and bring it into a place where you can earn your income and feed your thinking into saying, why don't we look at this challenge and problem instead of looking to government? Can government pay? Can government do? Our question should be, what can we do? And this was answered by Bingwa. And this, to a certain extent, is answered by Kara. Why? After we finish all the protests, we look at this because some of us don't sleep. We are awake 24/7 to ensure the protection of citizens, residents, etc. When you finish all the protesting, you still have to go home. The home is the foundational unit of the family. That's why we have family back here. And the foundational unit of the family, that's why I say we, our children, our parents, our uncles, our grandparents, our community. The family forms the home. Kenya Alliance of Residents Association is a bunch of homes that are put together. And from that bunch of homes, it forms a community. The community is the foundational building block for all of the nation. How we build that block builds the nation. That's why residents associations are so vitally and critically important. We talk about it, we say nyumba kumi. Why? Because I want to go to protest, but I don't want to come home and find that my TV went. And I don't know how my TV went. And my neighbor who was watching what was happening did not care because we never talked with one another. Residents associations are very important. Bingwa, on the other end, has now gotten access, communication, and created a platform for not just employment, but for even self-employment. Because if I'm part of a glam squad, I'm running that as my own personal business. I don't have to be under the umbrella with waiting for somebody's salary. I actually position myself, sharpen my skills, and connect automatically. The combination of resources. For some of us, we deal with a lot of research, analytics, and statistics. 70% of all theft and crime right now that we have, whether you go to the banking sector, whether you go to the homes and residences being broken into, burglary, that's what we call it, or robbery with violence. When we do the study, the crime research analytics tell us that 70% are inside jobs. My gardener Mutiso told the people that mama akona dhahabu pale nyuma ya wardrobe. So 70% of the information is leaking. Again, another good reason why we need to know this. Or somebody who is coming to work in my vicinity within the Residents Association has already gone through Bingwa and is able, we know that this person coming to do this job is not going to take my information and it will be used for the wrong purposes out there. So I've looked at all those aspects and we've looked at all those aspects. From a home security perspective, there is nothing more important than trust. The reason why my wife decided to live with me when we got married 27 years ago is because she trusted me. And she came to live in my home after we got married. Trust. If we started the family building block, basic building block, a husband, a wife, and then children, with trust, we cannot now stop as a country and say, let's leave the trust issue out. The trust issue must be enforced and reinforced. It is now being reinforced because Kara and Bingwa are coming together today. And I don't want to sound like it's a wedding, but it is. So that combination allows us, under emergency labor response, as a country, to provision to our entire 19-year-old plus of generations that are hungry, that can communicate eloquently, that are not suffering from catharsis, that they have opportunity ahead of them and that they're earning. Now, it's not that they're not earning. Some of these guys are staying at home and they're working online and they're serving on platforms out there and they're receiving money in US dollars. My question is, because we always say the good is the enemy of the best, can that be improved? Yes, through platforms like Bingwa, it can be improved. Connecting to physical jobs. Somebody wants to be in America. It's not just good enough to be in America. You want to be in America today, you have to be working. The 85,000 jobs that are available, I'm sure Jay here will talk about that, is going to be something interesting and dynamic to see in the future. There's jobs, but there's also self-employment. There are skills that you can take, that you can use to change number one, your lifestyle. When you get onto that airplane, this is some of the training that occurs when you're going to work in foreign areas, or even just outside of Nairobi, you're going to work. The first thing they tell you is, in case of emergency, please put on your mask before you help the person next to you to put on their mask. So we want to help the new generation to put on its mask before helping others. You'll be able to support your sector, your community, your family, and your home through the right kind of portals. So in this type of emergency response that we're looking at, we said out of this burden of about 18 million people that are not necessarily as gainfully employed as they would like to be, whether self-employed or employed by people, or whether having skills and able to exchange those skills for resources. Bingwa, through forced induction and a correct structure, would be able to address over the next 3 years about 6 million of the members of Kenya's population. That is us, that is we. And I challenge industry leaders, the private sector, and people from all walks of life. Let's come together, let's support initiatives like this. It's time for us as a country to take this as positive, to no longer look at it as negative. We look at this, we are burdened with hope, we are burdened with dreams, we are burdened with passion, but most of all, we have an opportunity to imagine our future. And that's what today is, really. We're sitting here, but let's imagine a better Kenya. Let's imagine a Kenya that is saving the world from its challenges, which it cannot fix. Let me tell you, my friend, if your median age is 49, you cannot create babies today that will be doctors tomorrow. You cannot create babies today that will come and sort out your electrical and plumbing and engineering and driving and cashier problems. People say that IT and AI are going to take away jobs. It's true, but they're not going to take them away. They're going to automate them. You may not need a driver for your car. But for now, because the population of the globe is aging, we do need physical people to do certain things, even with automation. And that, because I'm also a technology expert, you can take to the bank. Kenya is poised for greatness, success, goodwill, and the merit of being people who took the future and brought it to today through imagination. So let's imagine a better Kenya. Please, with me, together, as one, as we, and as us, and as one family, protecting our children, because that is the role of fathers and mothers, is to protect the family unit. Let's imagine a better Kenya. Thank you very much.
Asante sana, round of applause. I'll kindly request, I don't know who's going to help us with that because we are almost moving to the signing, so we need to start getting the table ready before we begin the signing as we move to the next speeches. So I'd now like to bring CEO Okara, Mr. Henry Ochieng. Round of applause. Junior said he courted Kara for around 20 years, 20 months. I'm just joking. That's patience.
Yeah, 20 months. And what he didn't tell is that I've known him since he was born. That's a story for another day. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Kara members. Good morning. All of you should respond. Yes. You are all Kara members. Good morning, Kara members. Good morning. I'm saying that very deliberately because I want anybody who woke up today on top of a tree to raise their hand. Did you wake up in a house somewhere? Did you wake up in an estate somewhere? So technically, you are all Kara members, and I'm happy to have you here today. I'll see people talk about what they do very passionately. If I start doing that, what I do at Kara, I'll take the whole day. So I decided, so that I remain within the context and within time, let me just have something brief that is written that I can go through. But Delano, my friend, has done a very good job. He's actually given the context and justification why Kara and the Bingwa must work together. So basically, he has said some of the things I wanted to say. So I'm not able to repeat them. But thank you so much for speaking so eloquently about why Kara and Bingwa. So allow me to quickly read this so that I can also save on time. I know that we are lagging behind, so I'll go through this very quickly. So today marks the culmination of our journey we started several months with the intention of developing a framework for collaboration between Kara and Bingwa services. And my friend Njia said, for the last 20 months we've been having this conversation, and now today we are here so that we can be able to culminate the partnership. The MOU we are about to sign signifies a pivotal moment in our collective quest to provide a quick and easy access to a wide pool of skilled, certified, and vetted home service technicians and service providers with a good track record who will get the job done to the satisfaction of the customer. I want to ask a question. We all live in an estate, right? Have you had a situation where you need a plumber and you don't know where to go? Is that correct? You need somebody to fix your fridge, you don't know who to talk to. So what do? In most cases, what we see happening is that we have this thing called WhatsApp platforms. So you see somebody asking the platform, can somebody recommend a good plumber for me? Or can somebody send an electrician to me? So you are trusting that the person being recommended to you will actually do the job in terms of they have the right skills. And most importantly, your home is safe when they come to your home to fix whatever they need to fix, right? So you are actually relying on somebody's recommendation to allow somebody into your home so that they can be able to fix the job. You are not sure whether they have the right skills. You are not sure whether your home is safe when they come there. You are not sure whether you're going to get value for money. But now the only thing that you are relying on is a friend or a neighbor who is telling you, please work with this particular person. And that has its challenges. So why is this partnership important for Kara? Kara represents Resident Association, which is made up of individuals living in an estate or neighborhoods, just like our friend Delano eloquently put it. And these people have come together to take charge of the quality of services and life they want to experience as a community. Households in these estates, neighborhoods are consumers of blue-collar services, and it is normal to see people making inquiries in the members' WhatsApp group or meetings regarding where they can find a reliable carpenter, electrician, plumber, and many other service providers. However, the major concern is always around the competency of the services provided, home security given that they're giving access to your house, sometimes even up to the bedroom, because sometimes maybe your shower has a problem and it is right inside the bedroom. So the only way they can fix it is for them to do what? To get to the bedroom. And now that is actually somebody getting right into their privacy. But yet they have to go there because the job has to be done. And of course, you also worry about value for money. We as Kara are persuaded that Bingwa platform will effectively respond to these concerns as it addresses the issues of convenience, reliability, efficiency, and security when dealing with blue-collar services. We are also cognizant of the fact that within the estates and neighborhoods, we have young people. That is, we call them Gen Z. We have a new term. Of course, it's been there, but at least that to give a lot of prominence to the reason happening. So we have these young people who are within our estates and who are trained in various skills. Actually, most of these young people are trained, they've gone to school, they've gone to colleges, they've gone to university, and they have a lot of skills. Yet, they have no jobs. So they are idling around in the estate, not knowing what to do. They will also, through this platform that we are partnering with Bingwa, have an opportunity to enroll in the platform as service providers, thus positioning themselves for job opportunities. And I know that we have a very thorough vetting process. So these young men and women who are in our estates, who are our children, and they're at home, they already have the right skills, but don't know what to do with the skills, actually have an opportunity to be part and parcel of this initiative and position themselves for jobs. I would therefore like to express my sincere gratitude to Jiha Njoroge and his team for this great innovation and their commitment and the collaborative spirit towards the development of the Bingwa app. Kara and Bingwa have conducted pilot activation exercises in various resident associations across the city, and we look forward to formalizing and amplifying the initiative through the MOU that we are signing today. Some overall as Kara, and maybe somebody was asking, would want to know what exactly is Kara going to do, what kind of partnership are we going to have with Bingwa. So some of the roles we are going to do in partnership with Bingwa include promote the Bingwa platform within the registered resident associations, highlight its benefits and encouraging adoption among residents seeking home services, act as a liaison between the resident associations and Bingwa services, facilitate the integration of Bingwa platform into the existing communication channels and platforms utilized by Kara, and collaborate in development of targeted marketing plans and campaigns tailored to specific resident associations, among others. So essentially what we are saying is that, if you light a candle and you put it under a seat, illuminate the room. Will anybody see it? So basically, this is a good product. This is a good initiative. But we must be able to let the people who are supposed to have this information know that it exists. And that is the resident association. So as Kara, we are going to actively play the role of making sure that the people who this platform is designed for, who are our members, actually understand that number one, it exists, and number two, how they can make use of it and how they can benefit from it as people who are seeking services within their neighborhood. So we are going to have a number of activities, a number of initiatives with the Bingwa services, just to make sure that at the end of the day, we have a community that actually are benefiting from this great innovation. Through this partnership, we anticipate significant benefits for both parties involved. By combining our respective strengths towards realizing the objective of this great innovation, we are confident that success is assured. Let me emphasize that the MOU we are signing today is not just a document, but a testament to our shared commitment to collaboration and mutual success. It sets forth a roadmap for joint initiatives that will not only benefit our organization, but also create positive impact in our society. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to confirm that as Kara, we are committed to the cause. We are committed to this journey because we not only know that we benefit people in terms of access to services, but also provide an opportunity for our children, our youth who are in our estates to get jobs and be part and parcel of this particular journey. So we look forward to this engagement, we look forward to this partnership, and we can only say that the sky is the limit. That is the sky can't be the limit. You can go beyond the sky. But I am convinced that this is a game changer within our membership. This is a game changer in our country because issues around security, issues about reliability, issues about value for money will actually be sorted out through this platform. And as Kara, we have received incidences where we are being told that people within an estate complaining that they are losing property, they are experiencing theft because they suspect, at times they are sure, that the people that are coming to estates to do plumbing, to do electricity work, are actually the people who are actually giving information, intelligence information. You know, at times you wonder, there's a breakage in an estate, and then the people who have come to do the theft, let me call them like that, they know all the corners of the estate. They know the exit route, they know everything. Why do you think that, how do they get the information? It's because there's somebody who is inside, an insider job, like you say, who has given them that information and told them that once you get in, go left, you get an exit route. And so to minimize this kind of cases, we believe that using this platform, we'll be able to take care of issue of insecurity and make sure that we have reliable services that we can all be proud of. So I would like to thank everyone involved in this their success. I look forward to the journey ahead as we work together to harness the full potential of our partnership and achieve our shared objective. So thank you all for coming. And before I finish, I want to ask you once again that if you woke up today and you woke up from a house and you came here and are going to go back to a house somewhere and you don't belong to a resident association or you don't have one where you stay, please make sure you have one, because we are preparing ground for this kind of formation to be able to access this kind of service. But most importantly, it only makes sense that if you're living in a community, you get organized. Because msipojipanga, mtafanya nini? Msipojipanga, mtafanya nini? So lazima mujipange, and kujipanga means forming a vehicle that you can use to advocate for your interests, and that is called the resident association. Once you form that, we are able to work with you as Kara to take you through the steps on how you can be able to make use of it, get value, and to live a life of dignity. All of us want to make sure that wherever you are living in dignity, you are enjoying, you are experiencing better services. But if you are not organized, if you don't know what you want as a community, I can assure you, you will never experience that. So please, let's all join or form resident association, and let's move together as people who know what they're doing and people who want better for their lives. Asanteni sana, and we look forward to the signing of the MOU. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Henry. Last but not least, I'd like to bring Mr. Njehian Njoroge, the founder and CEO of Bingwa. And Mr. Njehi, I'll let him talk for himself, but it's very hard for him to salimiwa on a Gen Z, because he's their mentor, he trains them, he works with them, and he understands their language. You know, people like the CEO of Kara have to be careful. They live with Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, so they have to be careful. Depending on the language that they speak. So I'd like to bring Mr. Njehian Njoroge, karibu sana. A round of applause as he comes.
Good morning. Thank you so much, and I'm glad to see you. Maybe before I give my speech, I would like to ask a representative from NIRAS. NIRAS are the agents, Elizabeth. NIRAS are the agencies who are managing World Bank funding through KIEP. We got a grant, it is our first grant on Bingwa to undertake 2 projects, that is market awareness and capacity building. So Elizabeth, because I know once I talk, I mean, I'll invite our keynote speaker or our guest, and then just come and just greet your people and maybe a brief remark.
And you know, I could relate with almost everything that people say from the where I live, where I can relate, where I can association, security, people abroad who send money and disappears, people abroad who are lonely. I could relate with almost all these things, and now we have our agencies helping us to speak what we should have done quite a while ago, and we hope and pray for peace in our country, and we are happy with all that you're doing, the security teams and the support you're providing. So kudos to everybody, and I believe together we can do more. So for me, I'm here, like as Mr. Njehian has just said, we are humbled to have been part of this process to some extent. So NIRAS is a consulting company, and we are fund managers, basically. So the fund we are managing in this instance, we manage several funds. This is just one of them. It's for Kenya Industry and Entrepreneurship Project. This is an initiative World Bank, and it's a project by the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry. So the purpose of KIEP specifically, and a lot of things are said about COVID and COVID. We also launched in COVID, so I think COVID had a lot of good. So the project was launched in 2020, November 20th, 2020. So right in the middle of COVID. And we had different cohorts, and I would say I would want to recognize the efforts of his team. He is amongst the most recent cohort, but is amongst the ones who finished implementing the innovation interventions quickly. So a round of applause for his passion and hard work. Because we have people who we started with in 2020, but very few have implemented what we are trying to help them to implement. But he's been able to be quite fast. You can see the focus, the determination, and what you're working with. So the project is basically the KIEP project had different components. So we implement component 2, which is we call KIEP 250 plus, KIEP 250 plus, the plus sign. And the core objective is to support the mid-sized companies, because we had components that were supporting the startups and universities to industry. But ours was specifically looking at the mid-sized companies, the ones that are fast growing, with the core objective of supporting them to adopt innovation, to enhance productivity, to expand their market, and all this that we are seeing and hearing about today. And we are happy and proud with what we've been able to achieve, and we are humbled to have been part of this process. So we have several other SMEs that we are working with, and it's always a pleasure to come and witness the kind of growth and the outcome of the work that you're doing. So without further ado, I think that's what I'll say for now. I have my colleagues with me, Aaron and Angela as well, and Eva. She's also helping us take our photos. So yeah, we'll also be posting you on social media as well, because we're proud of you. So thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you with all that you're doing. And this bringing all these organizations together, I think it's a great opportunity, a one-stop shop where we can kind of get all our solutions. Everyone wants it quick and good quality at the same time, and efficient. And the Bingwa is just providing a solution that many people, it's just right at the right time. Maybe even a bit delayed, but it's just right for the people right now, and it's something that many people are going to appreciate. So congratulations on it.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Jedida Kandago from Mastercard Foundation. I don't know whether you're here. Yeah, we also had other apologies from KCB Foundation, Mendy Jonjo, who is the Executive Director, and Teddy Oracha, who are meant to be with us here. Also, apologies from Dr. Tano from Kenya School of Tibet. He is the CEO for the Kenya School of Tibet, and that's our supply side. As Kara is our demand side on the app, our supply side is Tibet, Kenya School of Tibet. And we've drawn quite a number of skills from that background, so I needed to mention the apology on that. Family Bank, thank you so much, John, and your 218 students who are not placed, and others who could have graduated over the last 1 year. Bingwa is their platform, and Kara are their consumers, are their clients. For the Lintons, Uganda, and also Senaka, Uganda, we registered Bingwa in Uganda, and we were opening the bank account last week. And we are partnering with the church, Worship Harvest, which has 122 branches. And they're going to provide everything and anything in terms of its infrastructure, human resource. So I think there is no better time than to continue that partnership beyond Kenyan borders. We also Doblate and Prosac, thank you so much. The 85,000 job opportunities in Nebraska, that was information that came from David Gashero, who is the Deputy Ambassador in Washington, D.C., and other markets like Utah, that is Salt Lake City, the program manager in charge of work Force Program Manager, yeah, that's the title they use there, mentioned that they have a 40% labor deficit. That means that out of 100 people they are able to place in the job market, they can't find 40 of them out of 100. And I was curious just to get to understand who are these 40. I came to understand that 20% of them are in hospitality. Your waiters, your chefs, your cleaners, I mean, resources that we have locally here, who will be paid in dollars out there. And so I needed just to clarify on that. Likewise, so that I did not go wayward, like my brother here, I also had a scripted speech, which I will read, and they will take us through. You get to hear and channel out the emotions around the excitement of this day. Kara Board of Directors, Kara Management, Association Chairmen, Bingwa Pioneer Partners, World Bank, and KIEP 250 plus representatives, former EACC Chair, Advocate Momo Matemo, Dr. Julia Ojiambo, who was not able to be with us, Bingwa staff, most of whom are Gen Zs. Please greet our audience around here. Wherever you are, just lift up your hands. Yeah, Bingwa staff, they are around here. Most of them are Gen Zs. Foundation partners, media houses, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I hope it is still morning. I know it is still morning. Today is a celebration, the healing of a nation. And Bingwa, in partnership with Kara and chairpersons from various associations, are taking practical steps. It is indeed a new dawn of a 20 months courtship. Bingwa first contact with Kenya Alliance Resident Association was November 2022. So those are 20 months. To customers and service seekers, Bingwa is only a platform that has features and benefits. It is just a system that promises safety, traceability, security, SOS, distress calls, which are responded within these 6 minutes through KK, security, reliability, good workmanship, orders fulfillment, convenience, choices, and a great experience. It is just a system. To service providers, the Bingwa partners, Bingwa is only a platform that promises value and effort pay for their services, goods and products, an enabler to become their own boss, deliver skills on the go, going offline in Nairobi and going online in Uganda, Kampala, and continuing earning, savings to buy tools for hire to deliver quality, solo or consortium tasks bidding, reduce risk of payment by clients, and grow bila stress for all of these service providers. It is just a system. It is a platform. Systems are made for people and not people for systems. So the human side of the platform is to restore character and trust, which has just eroded over time in the service industry. Bingwa and Kara partnership promises human flourishing by giving hope once again to that fundi mzuri, sio kinyozi peke yake. We just imagine a plumber who comes to your house, finds a baby who's holding a child on a flooded floor. What do you think would be the first reaction from this Bingwa plumber? He's just first of all to connect, find out how she's doing, maybe take that baby, relieve off the mother before even attending to that task. In fact, the humanness we are bringing on the platform. Imagine an empty nester whose home is leaking and she or he asks a friend, "Unajua fundi mzuri?" And we know how many of those stories end up. The empty nester's daughter, who is abroad, can order online, send a vetted plumber to mom and dad, pays online, releases the money when mom and dad are happy, and the parents are overjoyed by the miracle working daughter who is somewhere abroad in the diaspora. And the daughter is at peace that mom and dad are not distressed. And the Bingwa partner plumber finds worth in living, making better and safer communities around him. Bingwa is now the big brother or the big sister that connects these trade skills to customers or employers for local job opportunities and international labor exports to labor deficit markets. With Kara in this new relationship, as the lead on the demand side, joining hands with all pioneer partners, we shall easily onboard 100,000 trusted, reliable ones in a shorter time than they anticipated. And hopefully, the first 20% of the 6 million that Delano was talking about in 3 years. Let's all imagine a better Kenya today. They think, Delano, you saw my script. Let's all imagine a better Kenya today. If more hands come to the deck, the numbers of an engaged, skilled, qualified, no need kujua mtu. If one is skilled, is reliable, is trusted, has been vetted, we shall do the rest. 2019 term. Then after that, they are released into the market. And so I asked a question, how many of you here are from Nairobi? And out of the two, I think our biggest challenge is just to reach out to them and for them to trust that Bingwa is that trustworthy platform that is calling them out to come. And part of the funding that we've received from World Bank and AKIR is going towards that. TVETs, and we have Senaka, the Blade, among others, all are avenues to reconcile and restore hope as we value people and restore dignity to work. We are not fence-sitting, but boldly creating opportunities for those behind us as we manage ourselves out. We get to a place where we who are ahead, we have to believe that they can't. I make a joint charge to you and us and myself. Let's immerse in the emotions of Gen Zs whom we were once upon a time. Whom we have deferred opportunities and discussed of what most of us had when we were growing up. We are the experienced generational predecessors, and we need to pass on a smooth baton that is guided, sharing experience and strength respectively. We have supported a project in Pokot East. East Baringo is in Pokot, near a place called Parpelo. It's called Camrio. And when you want to love a Pokot man, just be kind to their animal. And that's the strategy that we have used over time, but we have still not succeeded. So this one time, we went with vet doctors and we had the animals come into an open pen, just those, they are put up quickly, pretty quick, and then the animals are driven in, and the older men were on the outside. The younger men were on the inside. And the older men would, you see that animal which has a skin that is folding with the eye drops, please bring it down. And two guys would bring a Pokot cow down. And the younger, as Delano was saying, we are one and we need each other. The older has, they got the experience, the younger do have a possible solution for job that is both local and labor exports to hundreds of thousands of Kenyans never crossed my mind. And now, 50% of our population that is below 35 years of age, and apply hope and resilience to build and rise again. Let us stop preaching Jesus to the younger him daily, living like him, loving others before ourselves to a point that we can die doing good for a whole generation equally, without, again, looking that this is mine, that is yours. I can see my daughter has just come in. Nema, you want to say hello? That's my daughter. She's 21. She's a Gen Z, I assume. My son, who is 18, finished high school, stayed in the house for 2 days, and said, I'm bored, I don't want to stay. It was late 30 minutes. He called off, said he's indisciplined in keeping time. The guy went ahead to look for a job in Kawangware. He's now working in a supermarket. This is his third week, and he's having a ball of his life. So let us stop preaching Jesus. Let us live like him, loving like him, and so that they can see us doing so. In closing, with Kara, the association's chairpersons, and Bingwa, we are not talking, we are acting to restore and reconcile. The pain of our youth, as well as the pain of missed opportunities, will come to an end through this partnership. With Bingwa partners, we are not just hoping. We have activated 380 out of 7,000 interested applicants. Come alongside us and accelerate this effort through the 8 steps of trust in the strict self-onboarding process. We are not seeing these guys as they're onboarding themselves, we are only seeing them at step number 8. And the first 7 steps, they must pass through before we interact with them. Paying has an expiry. The current paying in our Gen Z will come to an end with Bingwa and Kara partnerships. 20% of the early adopters, Bingwa service providers on the platform, will be gone in the next few weeks, with many partnerships represented here. Imagine you are at work, you order a plumber to attend to a leaking tap in your bathroom, and just exchanging the keys where you have informed him, as per your instructions. He fixes, he cleans, he shuts, and returns the keys under the mat. There was jewelry, there was money on your bedside table, and he didn't steal. He calls you in the evening to confirm everything is okay and it's working. He asks you to issue the certificate of completion, asks you to review and rate him if you liked his work. That is the Bingwa experience. How would you like that? Association chairpersons and members present, Bingwa shall foot 20% of your first orders from your respective first 10 residents to order not exceeding 10,000 shillings. So that's an offer we are giving you today, the Resident Association chairperson, to pass it on to your residents. Talk to any of our staff members. Make sure you download the app from Play Store and go become good ambassadors to safer, secure communities. Things do not have to be done big, but they can be done great. Join us, bring hope, and pass it on. And we have come with a mobile toolbox, which is down at the basement, to demonstrate the hope we are giving a plumber who is leaving NYS with just a certificate, a discharge certificate, to dream and save and start growing his business. Imagine a new Kenya today. Thank you and God bless you. Allow me to introduce Mr. Momo Matemo. Mr. Momo Matemo is a former EACC, the anti-corruption body in Kenya from 2012, and he's here to share with us, so what next after here? And he also mentioned to you that he's coming in as the first chair of the NGO, a vehicle that we are going to use, as Delano mentioned, to take us to reduce these numbers of 6 million maybe to even 0 in 3 years. If all hands are on the deck, this is doable. So karibu sana Momo.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have, my name is Bingwa. I received communication from Julia Jeropa. And from the discussion we had, I was very clear about how novel this initiative is. First, let me mention that what I do currently, I have a legal practice after a long stint in public service. We focus on a few areas in the practice of law. One area that we are passionate about is natural resources law. The reason is that in natural resources law, you cannot help seeing how natural resources are tied to historical injustices. We are very passionate. If you look at Nigeria, you read about a gentleman called Ken Saro-Wiwa. He died because there was oil where he came from. That's the oil, instead of being a benefit, took away his life. We also focus on family law and succession. And let me tell you, when we write wills for people, you look at it, and it's like conducting open heart surgery, because people strip themselves naked when they are writing wills and tell you about their problem. I wrote a will for somebody whose daughter was a top-notch executive in an IT company. His son was at the verge of being lost in substance abuse. And he has only 2 children. And he first wanted to discuss his disillusion about succession planning. What have I done to do? So when you look at that, you feel very passionate about it. It reflects on how we are looking at the youth, how we are looking at, if you look at the broader side of the country, we have a youth where you can break down people into those 2 areas. There are some youth who are empowered. Some have been able to be placed in good places, but there are people who are well skilled. They have not succumbed to substance abuse. Say they are restless. They need to do something. They need to be engaged. And I like the words that we have used today. Either employed or engaged, so that we do not have that restlessness. I have been involved in a what next moment before. That was in 2002, when the NAC government had just come in. They had come in at a time where what next was very good. I had just been appointed the Commissioner of Customs in KRA. Many people remember me in the context of ESCC, but I had a life before. I had a long time life in Bingwa operation. And a gentleman called Michael Owero had just been appointed Commissioner General. We had to arrest him on Saturday, unfortunately, and he rested in peace. But President Kibaki called us and said, we have removed Kano. We have piloted the return of democracy. This came after riots, after a lot of protests, after Sabasaba, and all that. And the question was, now we have the seat. We said all the things why Moi needed to go. Moi went. What next? That was the question. Here is the president placing it before. And he told us he didn't want answers then, but he wanted us to go, and after 1 week we must come. Reading the revenue collectors, we must tell you what. We told him that we were looking at a country which was going to be largely self-sufficient with resource and application funds. And that was our task. And out of that assignment came performance contracting, came taxpayer education, came ultimately a slogan called Tulipe Ushuru Tujitegemee. But Kibaki said one thing, that he wanted a pro-poor, pro-growth tax policy. And that is why we were taxed between us and the Treasury to do. We are here looking at what next. After the protests by our youth, after what has led to this, what next? So when I see what Bingwa is doing, when I see the partnership with Canada, when I see the fact that we are focusing on what next in terms of how we place the youth. Because look at West Africa, how did they get to a point where young people are ready to perish in high seas, going to Europe, regardless of what they are going to do? We are now at a point where we must look at what next, where we cannot afford to go to the next in terms of hopelessness. We have to look at what next in terms of how we can move the youth from where they are. We have had them express themselves in terms of the hopelessness that they are talking about in school. We have already seen one of the products of the hopelessness. I think the last time in the universities, we saw many people who did not apply to go to university. We saw many who were taken for university courses and they did not. Then we looked at those people, did they all go to Tibet? Many did not. So where are they? We have those who are frustrated. We have those who have completely sunk and we have lost them. They are in substance abuse. They are abusing alcohol. I was sharing something with Annette. Just telling her about last Friday and Saturday. My family friend, we were dealing with a situation where the son has just lost it. He was running around hardly clothed, saying he's frustrated. He has lost hope. He was kneeling in the middle of Congo. We are at a moment where we are called upon to make sure that the way that our youth can go can only be up. We cannot let them go down one single notch. Therefore, what next? I see a situation where every hand, like has been mentioned, must be on deck in focusing on our youth. The worst mistake we can make is make way and say that Generation Z now are the ones who we are irrelevant. They have told us that we let them down. They have said that. We cannot afford to let them down again. So I am happy to come into Bingwa. I am happy to come into a platform where we are looking at what we can do for the youth, where we will be linking them with not only skills, but linking the skills with placement. And as we come in, we will need to focus on how we can diversify the skills that we are doing. I like the example of West Pokot because we cannot confine ourselves to Nairobi. I, at one time, chaired the World Customs Organization East and Southern African region. And the West Africans were telling us there's something unique about Kenya. You have a place you call a house and you have a place you call home, and that is in the rural areas. So as we look at Nairobi, we are also looking at the rural areas. We want to empower people, even for the rural areas. We ask ourselves, for example, in the agricultural industry, how come a banana can come from a place called Songea in Tanzania up to Marigiti and compete with a banana grown in Karachi? Why is that? Those are things that we need to do. We can engage in smart farming. We saw in Tanzania what they are doing. No farmer takes their produce beyond 5 kilometers. Extension services are working. How we back our agriculture? The jobs that we have lost in agriculture, for example, we need to be focusing on how we can retrain them so that we can focus on not just exporting labor, but also being self-sufficient in the country, in the diverse areas where we live. So, it is very uplifting for me to see that we are looking at getting the people engaged. First, giving them a busy day, and number two, giving them an income. There is nothing as bad as a young mind that is idle. Thank you very much, and please let's keep it. Thank you.
Asante sana. Let's give a round of applause. So I'll request Daniel and the team was helping us with the signing, setting up the signing to please set up the space for signing. We want to sign the MOU, the infamous MOU. In this context, we've heard about it, so now we're excited to get the signing of it. And then after the signing, we will have a photo session just up here. Then after the photo session, the rest of the guests will be guided down here. We request Henry and Julia to stay back for a press briefing. And then after that, so as this is being said, let me let Henry recognize some of the members.
Thank you so much, Asante Sana. Remember, I started by saying that all of you are technical members of CARA, but now we also have the bona fide members of CARA. Some of them are here. And this is just a few that you are going to work with. Because Gigi has told me that doesn't work many people. If you wanted us to have this at the Uhuru Park, you can be sure you could have filled the field. But I can see Lydie. I can see Lydie there. Lydie is the chairman of Ngei2 Resident Association in Langata. I've seen Job from Imara Daima, right there. Richard Muyu from Komarok Resident Association. Who else is there? Shafika is here. Shafik is there from Lavington area. I think those are the 4 or so that are here with us. And we thank you for coming. I'm sure, having listened to what you've had, you will really see the value of this partnership and we're going to work together on that. I thought I need to recognize them. You know, those are my employers. I can leave here, Bill and Dera after this, just like our friend did the other day. Asante Sana, thank you. And Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy is also there from Komaro.
All right, so we request wacha tuache watu wa TV waweke vile itashika vizuri. All right, so we'll ask Ms. Henry Msengeli, please move to this place to do the signing. Same side. All right, think once that's done, we request you guys to shake hands. And one of them will shake hands. Everybody take it, take it. Asante sana. So request Daniel, the city of Bingwa, wherever he is. Daniel, please come. He's going to give us the thank you, the vote of thanks, and then we'll do the photo session. Sorry? Yes, we'll just do a quick vote of thanks. Yeah, and then we'll come.
Very much, every one of you, for coming in today. I think we are towards the end of the event. Next to our guest speaker, Momo Matemo, the former ESC chairman. I also want to pass vote of thanks to Kara and Kara members, the Kara team. We are happy to have. Next, I also want to pass a vote of thanks to our pioneer partners. We have Doblates, we have Lintons, we have Senaka. These are partners who help us accelerate our business. And I can see the CEOs in here today, implying full commitment to our partnerships. And for that, thank you very much. And may we, I think your vision of empowering young people is we share a great common in that mission. And we look forward to also further our partnerships from today to give young people employment. I also want to thank Nira's team. Again, Karibu Sana, we've been working with you so much. And to that extension, we have our partners who are helping us execute the market awareness and also capacity building. We have Inspired Kenya, who is in here today. Thank you very much for coming in. Want to also thank you, pass a big thanks to the association chairman who are here today. We have from Ngei2, we also have from Ibara Daima, we have from Komarok, and also from Lavington. Thank you so much. We'll be coming to engage the different associations, starting with you, and also spreading through the Nairobi areas and also across Kenya. I want to also pass a big thanks to Prosac, Delano Kiru. Thank you for always having been a partner to us. I think we have started a journey together on Bingwa NGO, and I believe our mission is to reduce unemployment, especially to the Gen Zs and the Alpha generations that will be coming after that, and give them a hope, together imagining a new Kenya. I think finally want to pass a big thanks to the Bingwa team. We have the whole team in here today. We are a very small team of 9 dedicated members. And I think you've seen them branded in either black or green or purple t-shirts. Please don't shy from interacting with them. I wish the Bingwa team can just wave to us so that we can be recognized. Great. And to everyone out there, say Bingwa is the hope. We are transforming the job market. If there was no formal employment for maybe construction services like plumbing, beauty services, we now say Bingwa is giving you the hope to have a reliable source of employment. From there, I want to invite you to the next session, which is the refreshments and networking. Just before, shortly after the photo session, we'll go to table 33. We'll use that elevator down and to the left. Table 33, that's where we'll be having our refreshments and networking. And for now, we want to invite first the CEO so that we can have a quick photo session and right after the media briefing. So maybe someone can help me remove this.
I think what defines me first is my purpose. 2 or 3 years ago is when I penned down my purpose. I could know why I exist. My purpose is to prepare the next generation for life and for eternity. In Bingwa, I am the founder and the CEO, and Bingwa is just as young as, it's only 5 years old as a concept. However, the mother company, that's Sahihi, it's 13 years old. Purely what it does, we do space planning, we design, and we build.
My name is Sharon Chebaibai, also known as Chebi here at Bingwa. I work as the digital marketer, content creator, copywriter. So my everyday job, my day-to-day job involves just understanding the audience, be it the clients that we serve, be it the Bingwas, and trying to see how I can communicate to them effectively and just have them on board themselves on the platform and try our product, which is Bingwa.
My name is Daniel Mburu, and I'm the head of business and engineering at Bingwa. What that means is that I'm involved in the automation of the business process, which is connection between customers and service providers we have on the platform.
And so Bingwa is an open market social entrepreneur platform. It's just a pool that we have created to have access to any skill that you are looking for. Guys who will get the job done without lies, without disappointments, basically dealing with those issues that we found from our clients relating with our foodies.
Here at Bingwa, our promise to our client is quality service or 100% cashback, and that is seen in everything that we do, back to how we vet and how we make sure that the Bingwas who onboard themselves on the platform are who they say they are, and they also offer quality services.
Our first 6 industries is construction, automobile, beauty, home and deer care. Home is anything around the home. Deer is what you hold dear. Deer could be a child. You want a childminder to go or to come and keep your child busy, or you want someone, a nanny, to take care of your kid as you go shopping or interview or somewhere. And then fashion and security.
My name is Gina Lesmotota. I'm an entrepreneur and very, very passionate about golf. My days are so busy. The things I need to do, I try to schedule that in the morning so that by afternoon I have time for my golf. How did I get to learn about Bingwa? One day, Sunday morning in church, I'm complaining, I'm just talking to my friend about fundis, what I need done for the house and how I don't have time because I have to go for my golf game. And he told me about Bingwa. And Bingwa is an interesting platform where you find professional technicians and all sorts of services that you're looking for: plumbing, electrician, painting, makeup, beauty. And he told me about this application. It took me about 5 to 10 minutes to download it. And voila, everything I was looking for was right there.
These service providers are vetted, they are certified, and they are reliable. They get the job done without lies and disappointment, which is the likely case we have seen by most service providers.
My name is Victor Erego. I'm an electrician by profession and a platform of Bingwa. I've been an electrician for 4 years. I've been working on myself for like 2 years. Then is when I came to meet Bingwa platform. So by then, I was not getting more jobs, like there were more challenges for getting jobs by myself. But when I came to meet Bingwa platform, the second, like after 2 years, the third year, things have been smooth in my life.
I can assure you I've consumed all the services from plumbing, painting, electrical work, and the latest being makeup and my nails, pedicure and manicure, all done. You get to download the application. You get everything you need there. It's a user-friendly platform. You get to look for the service you're looking for, and I can assure you, and hold me accountable, they don't take more than 30 minutes to get to your house.
As we young generation, we're in a digital world. So we needed to just have a smartphone. So when you have a smartphone, you're ready to go. We have a process that the support team from Bingwa will show you how to activate it. And then when you finish the process of activation, then from that point, you'll start getting jobs and orders, and the life will be smooth because you'll get money, you'll get new clients, you'll be competent, and then you'll know how to communicate with clients.
So here at Bingwa, we believe in making sure that our Bingwas are their own boss. So they are in charge of all the, their rates and their prices.
For the last 5 years, I've really enjoyed their services. They've sent me professional people. The people that they have put me in touch with, when they say they will do some work, it gets done. And that's quite something in this country.
The platform is so dynamic such that it can accommodate, or it can, almost take whatever number of people who are out there. They are skilled and they have fallen within our 8 steps of trust. And our immediate impact in the next 365 days is to onboard 100,000. If we can onboard 100,000 in the next 365 days, we are going to help in reducing unemployment by 0.7%.
I would recommend, and I've recommended Bingwa to most of my friends, including this morning. I sent the link to one of my friends that I told about. She's doing some repairs at her business place, and I told about Bingwa. And yes, I would recommend it to everyone. And it's quite easy to use. And more so, single people in the house, download the application.
Bingwa is our connection. Like, they find for us the work. We're just there, we just have our smartphone, we get the notifications, and then you go for work. So generally, I like to appreciate Bingwa, and I like to also refer all of my technicians, the ones who are still in school, kindly come on board, because Bingwa is our connection, and we'll have work, and you'll never regret in your life.
Each of us has a role to play in terms of changing people's lives. Sometimes you can think that just because you're always sitting behind the laptop, either as a developer or as a digital marketer like myself, you think that, how is this even adding any value in the lives of others? But when you hear these testimonials, when you hear the feedback that you get from clients, you actually realize, even though it's not as big, even though the impact may not be as exaggerated, you're actually making a difference. So I love Bingwa because it has given me an opportunity to make a difference and to transform people's lives.
To be honest, the platform is what is needed in this country. There are many professional people out there. They're trained, campus, college. We've got very good technicians out there. And they've been looking for jobs forever. And instead of the young people sitting back and feeling like the country doesn't help them in anything, the Bingwa platform is the one they need to sign in, so that they can be connected with the household owners and consumers.
If you actually want to make a decent living, or even just earn an extra income from your skill, then Bingwa is the place to be. Bingwa is the platform to join. And you also join us in changing this narrative that, fundi mzuri ni kinyozi. Fundi mzuri ni Bingwa. That's all I can say, and that is why this launch really matters.
I believe the world needs to know about this innovative solution that is out to simplify and enrich lives of everyone who interacts with Bingwa.
Please pull out your smartphone, download the Bingwa application, and voila, you'll thank me later.
Today we are here at Kenya School of TVET, and we are really excited that this day has finally come. And we call upon you who is there in Mashinani, and you know that you are skilled, and you know that you have something to offer this nation. You do not need to know anyone else. Just download Bingwa from Play Store and register yourself. Go through all the 7 steps, and then schedule one of your training in any of our locations that will be provided within your town. Then start getting orders for your skill.
Because of you, Bingwa, we are lively, we are moving forward, and also we get meals on our tables, and also it's making us like youths. We are not doing anything illegal that can interfere with our life.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa.
Mimi ni Bingwa. J.